I barely recognized myself in the mirror. Hollow eyes, stubble, and a body that hadn't seen sleep in days. Nights blurred into mornings and mornings into endless hours of silence. The knock at my apartment door kept coming. "Ethan, open up." Firm, impatient, I dragged myself over and pulled it open. His eyes widened. "Jesus, man," he muttered. "You look like hell." I turned away. "Thanks for the reminder." He stepped inside, closing the door. "You've been ghosting me for weeks. You can't keep doing this." "I'm fine," I lied, sinking onto the couch. Daniel scoffed. "Fine. Your company's gone, your fiancée shacked up with your brother, and you're sitting here in the dark. That doesn't look fine." My throat tightened. "Don't say it like that." "Like what?" "The truth." He sat across from me, arms crossed. "You need to face it, Ethan. They screwed you." I buried my face in my hands. I can't even process it. One minute, I had everything. Next minute, my voice cracked. "I have nothing." Daniel's tone softened. "You're not nothing. But if you keep hiding, you'll let them win." I let out a bitter laugh. They already won. Not the shares are gone. Ryan tricked me into signing those transfers, and Emily knew the whole time. They outplayed me. "Cheated you," he corrected sharply. "That's not the same as winning." Silence hung heavy. Finally, I whispered, "I feel pathetic. I was supposed to be the smart one, the careful one. But I didn't even see it coming." Daniel leaned forward. "You trusted them. That's not weakness, Ethan. That's being human. They're the ones who should be ashamed." I shook my head. Trust doesn't matter when the damage is done. The company was everything. I built it from nothing, and now it's theirs. "Do you really believe it's over?" Daniel challenged. "That's not the Ethan I know." I stared at him, anger flickering faintly. "What do you want me to do? March into their office and demand it back?" "Maybe not today, but you can fight. There are ways." I clenched my fists. "Fight how? With what money? What leverage?" "You're smarter than both of them combined," he said firmly. "Don't tell me you're too broken to use that brain now." His words hit hard. "I can't," I whispered. "I don't have the strength." Daniel slammed his hand on the table. "Bullshit. You've faced worse." My chest tightened. "No, I haven't. This wasn't just business. It was my life. Emily, Ryan, I trusted them more than anyone, and they gutted me." His voice softened again. "And that's exactly why you can't let them walk away with it. You think hiding here makes the pain go away? It doesn't. It just lets them enjoy their victory." Tears blurred my vision. "I don't even know where to start." "Start by standing up," he said quietly. "Then figure the rest out step by step. You're Ethan Miller. You don't quit. Not like this." I wiped my eyes with the back of my hand, trembling. "You think I can actually come back from this?" Daniel held my gaze. "I know you can. The question is whether you want to." I sat there, silence pressing on me. Part of me wanted to crawl back into the dark. But another part, small, faint, felt something stir. Anger. "I hate them," I whispered. "God, I hate them so much." "Good," Daniel said, voice hard. "Hate can keep you alive. Just don't let it eat you. Use it." I let the words sink in. "Every night," I admitted, "I replay it. Their voices, their lies. I can't sleep without hearing them laugh." Daniel leaned closer. "Then make sure one day they choke on that laughter." For the first time in weeks, a spark lit inside me. Weak, but real. I met his eyes. "If I fight back, can't be out of blind rage. It has to be smart," he nodded. That's the Ethan I remember. I exhaled heavy but steadier. "I don't know if I'm strong enough yet." "You don't have to be strong now," he said. "Just decide you won't stay down forever." The silence stretched again, but this time it wasn't suffocating. Finally, I whispered, "Maybe I can. Maybe." Daniel clapped my shoulder. That's all I needed to hear. I sat there, broken, but with a faint ember burning inside me. Weak, humiliated, lost, but not finished. Yet. Asterisk, I hadn't planned on leaving my apartment that night, but Daniel dragged me out for coffee. Sat in the corner of the cafe, hoodie up, trying to disappear. That's when I heard a familiar voice. Ethan Miller. I looked up. Sophia Bennett. Sharp suit, steady eyes, the same confidence I remembered from law school mixers years ago. I forced a weak smile. Sophia, long time? She studied me for a beat. You look like hell. Great to see you too, I muttered. She pulled out a chair. Mind if I sit? Not at all, I said, though I felt exposed. Her gaze cut straight through me. I read about the company's shakeup. Ryan Miller, new CEO, Emily Carter by his side. Quite the headline. My jaw clenched. Yeah, quite the story. You're not smiling. Did you if your brother and fiancé gutted your life? Her brow arched. Hey. So the rumors are true. They're worse, I admitted. Sophia leaned in. Tell me. I hesitated, then sighed. They didn't just betray me personally. They played me. I signed documents Ryan pushed through, thinking they were routine. Before I knew it, my shares were gone. Emily, she was in on it the whole time. Sophia exhaled slowly. Classic fraud wrapped in family drama. Brutal, I laughed bitterly. Brutal doesn't cover it. They left me with nothing. Her eyes narrowed. Nothing. No leverage. No allies. I shook my head. I don't even have the strength to think about fighting back. Sophia tilted her head. That doesn't sound like the Ethan I remember. Back then, you were the guy who never lost. That guy's gone. She leaned forward, voice steady. Then get him back. Because revenge isn't about rage, it's about strategy. Words cut through me. I stared at her. Strategy? Yes, she said firmly. Rage burns you out. Strategy builds power. You want justice? You don't storm the castle. You dismantle it brick by brick until they collapse under their own weight. I swallowed hard. And you think I can do that? She smirked. I know you can. You just need someone to remind you how. Something shifted in me then. A flicker of the man I used to be. I leaned back. I underestimated them, Sophia. Ryan's jealousy, Emily's ambition. I thought love and family meant loyalty. I was blind. Her tone softened. Don't beat yourself up for trusting. Betrayal says more about them than it does about you. My voice cracked. They took everything. No, she corrected. They took control. There's a difference. Control can be taken back. I let that sink in. How? Sophia smiled faintly. Information, timing, patience. You still know that company better than anyone. You built it. Ryan may have the papers, but he doesn't have your vision. I laughed darkly. He doesn't have my ethics either. Exactly, she said. And that will destroy him eventually. Unless you speed it up. I met her eyes. You're serious. Dead serious. I've seen men like Ryan, greedy, reckless. They dig their own graves, you just have to hand them the shovel. For the first time in weeks, I felt something other than despair. A pulse of adrenaline. I leaned forward. If I did this, if I fought back, I'd need help. Her lips curved. Good thing I'm a lawyer. I almost smiled. Why would you help me? She shrugged lightly. Maybe I hate watching good people get crushed by snakes. Or maybe I just enjoy a good fight. Doesn't matter which. I rubbed my face, torn between exhaustion and awakening. You make it sound possible. It is, she said simply. But only if you stop seeing yourself as the victim. You're not broken, Ethan. You're cornered, and there's a difference. Her words hit deep. I don't know if I can carry it, I whispered. She leaned closer, steady. Then let me carry part of it with you. Something in my chest cracked open. I'd felt nothing but emptiness for weeks. But now resolve. Small, fragile, but real. I exhaled slowly. If I go down this road, there's no going back. Then don't look back, she said. Look forward. I studied her, searching for doubt. There was none. All right, I said finally. Let's plan. Her eyes lit with fierce satisfaction. That's more like it. I sat straighter, my tone firmer. Ryan thinks he's untouchable. Emily thinks I'm too weak to fight. They'll never see it coming. Sophia nodded. Could use their arrogance against them. That's how you win. I clenched my fists under the table. I'm not ready to forgive, not ready to move on. But I am ready to fight, and it's settled, she said calmly. We start tomorrow. For the first time since the betrayal, my voice carried weight again. Tomorrow, it begins. I swear, Ethan, you worry too much. Emily's laugh rang through the kitchen as she placed her coffee on the counter. You've built a company from the ground up. You're running it better than half the CEOs on Wall Street, and yet you act like the sky's about to fall. I leaned against the counter, arms crossed. I don't know. Maybe I'm just wired that way. Every time something feels too good, I start waiting for the disaster hiding behind the corner. Her hand touched mine, warm and reassuring. You're not supposed to live like that. You have me, you have Ryan, you have the company. You're allowed to breathe. Ryan's voice cut in from the doorway. Allowed to breathe? Please, Emily, my brother wouldn't know how to relax if someone paid him. He grinned as he walked in, tossing his jacket over the chair. Morning, champ. Morning, I muttered, shaking my head. Don't you ever get tired of barging in uninvited? It's not barging in if I practically live here, Ryan shot back, smirking. Besides, someone has to make sure you two aren't drowning in spreadsheets before breakfast. Emily smiled, sliding a plate toward him. You know he secretly loves having you around. He just pretends he doesn't. I rolled my eyes. Secretly. Not even close. You eat my food, steal my time, and somehow still manage to charm her into defending you. Ryan raised his fork. That's because she knows I'm the fun one. Admitted Ethan. You're the brains. I'm the personality. We make a perfect team. His words stung a little, though I didn't show it. Funny, I thought I had some personality left. Emily nudged me gently. Don't take it the wrong way. You balance each other. That's what makes the company strong. You two together? Unstoppable. Ryan leaned back, confident. Exactly. And when you and Emily finally tie the knot, we'll be the golden trio. Family, business, success, everything people dream about. Emily's cheeks flushed at his words. Don't make it sound so staged. This isn't a movie, I chuckled, though a part of me wondered if Ryan liked reminding me how perfect my life looked on paper. Well, whether staged or not, I'm not complaining. Emily keeps me grounded, and you, I paused, searching for the right tone. You push me harder than anyone else. Damn right I do, Ryan replied, his grin sharp dot. Emily glanced at me. See? That's why I don't worry about you. You always have control. You see everything coming before it happens. Her words should have comforted me, but something about them made my stomach twist. I brushed it off quickly. Yeah, well, let's hope I keep that record going, Ryan chuckled. If anyone can, it's you. I mean, who else could convince investors to pour millions into a family company without blinking? Sometimes I don't know how you pull it off. It's not magic, I said. It's hard work. Long nights, planning. Emily's hand slipped into mine. And heart. Don't forget that part. You care about people. That's what makes you different from most men in your position. Her words softened me. I kissed the top of her head. You always know what to say, Ryan smirked. Yeah, she's good at that. Too good sometimes. Emily shot him a playful glare. Don't sound so jealous. I'm not jealous, Ryan said quickly, though the edge in his voice lingered. I just know how to recognize talent when I see it. I laughed, shaking my head. Relax, Ryan. Not everything's a competition. Maybe not for you, he muttered under his breath. Then, louder. Anyway, what's the big agenda today? Meeting with the board, I answered. Quarterly updates. Numbers look good, but you know how they are always hungry for more. Ryan's grin returned. That's where I shine. I'll charm the suits, you'll bury them in data, and Emily will smile from the front row. It's foolproof. Emily laughed softly. You make it sound like a performance, isn't it? Ryan asked, leaning forward. The whole world's a stage. We just happen to have the best seats. I studied him for a moment, uneasy. He was joking, but there was something in his tone I couldn't pin down. I let it go, forcing a smile. Well, as long as the curtain doesn't fall on us anytime soon, I'm fine with it. Emily kissed my cheek. It won't stop worrying. Ryan clapped me on the shoulder. Yeah, big brother. What could possibly go wrong? Their laughter filled the room, warm and familiar. I laughed too, though in the back of my mind a whisper lingered. Something felt off. Maybe it was Ryan's smile a little too sharp, or Emily's eyes a little too guarded. But I told myself it was nothing. Just my imagination. After all, life was perfect. The office was dark, except for the faint glow of the hallway lights. I had stayed late finishing reports for the board. My footsteps echoed as I headed back toward my office. But voices stopped me cold. Emily's voice, soft, intimate. Ryan, we can't keep doing this here. Ryan's laugh followed. Low, cocky. Why not? He's too busy drowning in spreadsheets to notice. He trusts us completely. My chest tightened. I froze outside the door. Emily whispered, That's the problem. He trusts me too much. He doesn't question anything. Ryan chuckled. Exactly why it's working. The shares, the contracts, he signed off without blinking. Soon, the company's ours. My hand shook against the wall. I wanted to burst in, but my body wouldn't move. Emily sighed. You really think we can pull it off? Ryan's tone hardened. Not think. No, I've worked under his shadow long enough. Always Ethan this, Ethan that. I deserve to run this company, not him. Her voice softened. You deserve more than that. You deserve me. Silence stretched, then the sound of a kiss. My stomach turned. Ryan whispered against her. And you deserve someone who doesn't bore you to death. Ethan's too safe, too predictable. I give you the fire he never could. Emily giggled. Don't be cruel. I'm not. I'm honest, Ryan said sharply. You said it yourself, he'll never change. Always the responsible one. Always playing savior. You want excitement? Power? That's me. Tears burned in my eyes. My perfect life crumbled in a single moment. Emily's voice lowered. I did love him once. But he makes everything heavy, like I'm suffocating. With you, it feels alive. Alive. The word cut like glass. Ryan growled, then stopped feeling guilty. He'll be fine. He's strong, remember? He'll survive without you. Without both of us? I couldn't take it anymore. My hand slammed the door open. They jolted apart. Emily's eyes widened, fear flashing before her face hardened. Ryan smirked, not even ashamed. I stood there, chest heaving. How long? Emily's lips pressed together. Ryan answered first. Long enough? My voice cracked. You are planning this behind my back? My fiancé. My brother. Emily stepped forward, calm, cold. Ethan, you don't understand. Don't, I snapped. Don't tell me I don't understand when I heard every word.
Right.
Her chin lifted. Fine, then you know the truth. I don't love you anymore. I love him. The words hit harder than any punch. My knees almost buckled. After everything? After all we built? Emily's eyes glistened, but her voice stayed sharp. We didn't build it. You did. And that's the problem. You've built walls, rules, routines. I felt like a trophy on your perfect shelf. With Ryan, I feel free. I turned to Ryan, rage boiling. Free. You call stealing my company freedom? Ryan shrugged, smirk unshaken. Business is business. You think success is about loyalty and hard work? It's about taking what you want when you want it. Something you've never had the guts to do. I stepped closer, fists clenched. You're my brother, and you're my jailer, Ryan spat. Always ahead, always smarter, always the golden boy. I was done living under your shadow. Now it's my time. You could have had your time without betraying me, he sneered. No, not while you kept everything locked in your iron grip. You don't share power, Ethan, so I had to take it. Emily touched his arm, eyes on me. Stop. Don't make this worse. My voice shook. Worse. You've already destroyed me. Her eyes softened for a flicker, then hardened again. Ethan, you'll move on. You'll find someone safer. Someone who wants the life you offer. But I want more. Ryan gives me that. I laughed bitterly. More you think he won't burn you too? He'll use you until he's bored, then throw you aside like trash. Ryan's grin widened. Keep telling yourself that if it helps you sleep, sleep. My voice cracked with fury. How do you expect me to sleep after this? You were my blood, Ryan, and I turned to Emily, throat raw. You were supposed to be my future. Her expression was stone. Not anymore. I staggered back, chest hollow. So that's it? Years of loyalty, love, sacrifice gone in one night? Ryan leaned in close, his whisper like venom. Face it, brother. You're finished. You'll be left with nothing. And I'll have everything you thought was yours. The room spun. My vision blurred with tears I refused to let fall. Emily crossed her arms. You should leave. There's nothing left to say. I stared at them both, my heart breaking, rage and grief clawing at my chest. My mouth opened, but no words came. Finally, I said quietly, You think you've won. But this isn't over. Ryan chuckled darkly. We'll see. I turned, forcing my legs to move. Every step out of that office felt like walking through fire. My life, my love, my trust shattered in an instant. But as I pushed open the door to the night air, one thought burned through the ashes. They won't win. Not in the end. The office at night felt different when I walked in without the weight of pretending. The lights were dim, the hum of servers like a low heartbeat. I moved quietly, like someone who learned to listen. Sophia, what's our opening move? I asked when she appeared in my makeshift war room holding a legal pad. She didn't look up from her notes. Documentation trail. Emails, transfer authorizations, anything signed under duress. We need paper that links them and proves intent. Daniel paced, voice tight. And what about the board? If we can get one member to flip, the rest fall like dominoes. Right. You know Mr. Anderson? Sophia asked me. I do. He respected me. He hated politics. I remembered the man's slow nods and careful eyes. Sophia smiled thinly. Then we start there. Quietly. No threats. Only facts. Daniel stopped and faced me. Are you sure you want to be the one in the middle of this? You'll be headline bait. I folded my hands, palms sweating. I can't let them think they erased me. I built that company. I'll do whatever it takes. Karen's voice came from the speakerphone, low and cautious. Ethan, I can pull internal memos. There are notes Ryan left on Emily's laptop. Little comments, casual, but they create a pattern. Good, I said. Anything that shows planning instead of coincidence. Karen hesitated. There's also the offshore transfers. They were routed through vendors Ryan set up last quarter. My heart stuttered. Can you trace them? I asked. Yes, but it's risky. If they see me poking around, they'll hide it better. Sophia looked at me. Risk is part of the game, but we avoid confrontation. We gather, we document, we wait until the evidence is undeniable. Daniel snorted. Wait, you mean suffer while they enjoy it? I say we expose them now. Press release, social media blasted everywhere. No, Sophia said sharply. You do that, and they bury you in countersuits and salvage their image. Patience wins, I whispered. Patience is torture. Use the torture, Sophia replied. Let them believe they're safe, then pull the rug. I closed my eyes for a moment, hearing their laughs like knives. The temptation to ruin them publicly pulsed inside me. I imagined humiliating headlines, Ryan's face falling, Emily's smugness wiped clean. Daniel watched my face. You okay? I'm fine, I lied, but my voice betrayed me. Sophia's hand brushed mine, steady. You don't have to do this out of spite, her voice softened. Do it for truth, for justice. That keeps you alive without losing yourself. I swallowed, nodding. Right, truth. She tapped her pen. First step, gather the emails. Second step, trace financials. Third step. Build a narrative the board can't ignore. Meanwhile, we plant doubts publicly without naming names. Rumors, industry whispers, quiet questions. Daniel grimaced. That feels dirty. Strategic, Sophia corrected. Honey traps of credibility. Once the board smells risk, they act to protect their investment. I felt something shifted. The plan was clinical, precise. The anger was still there, but it had been channeled into a machine. That's not all, Karen said. There's someone else. Mr. Vaughn from procurement. He's been suspicious of Ryan's vendors. He mentioned discrepancies to me last month, but he was brushed off. Find him, I said. Get him on our side, Karen agreed. I'll schedule a discreet meeting. He trusts me. You're risking so much, she added quietly. If I'm caught, I lose my job. You're doing the right thing, I said. Thank you. She sounded small when she replied. I just want what's fair. The phrase, what's fair, hit me like a bell. Fair. It had a simple weight I hadn't felt for weeks. Sophia looked up. We'll also need to secure your personal records. If Ryan planted anything to discredit you, we must counter it. What could he plant? I asked, mind flashing to drunken nights, mistakes I'd made in the past. Anything, she said. So we clean up your public persona and prepare for character attacks. Daniel exhaled. This is war. His voice shook with a mixture of fear and excitement. I let a small smile slip. Then I'm ready. Karen's voice softened. Ethan, promise me one thing. Don't lose who you are in this. I looked at her. The office around us seemed to hold its breath. I promise, I said, and meant it, not the emptied promise of the betrayed, but the steady one of someone choosing his path. Sophia closed her folder. Tomorrow, I'll file protective notices. Karen will start pulling documents tonight. Daniel will talk to Mr. Anderson. Ethan, you rest and prepare to act when we say go. I swallowed. Rest sounds impossible, Sophia said. You'll need your head clear. I stepped toward the window, staring at the city lights like tiny accusations. Do you think they suspect anything? No, Daniel said. They're drunk on victory. I smiled, but it was a small, dangerous thing. Good. Let them drown. Sophia's hand on my shoulder was brief. Control your rage. Use it. And remember, we don't win by being louder. We win by being smarter. I traced the outline of my knuckles with my thumb. The ashes of hurt still smoldered, but a new fire sparked beneath. Quiet, steady, fierce, as they left. I whispered to the empty room, tomorrow, we begin. I felt less like a victim and more like an army preparing for the first march. Asterisk, I sat in the dark corner of the coffee shop. Hood pulled low, listening to Karen's quiet voice across from me. They're slipping. Ethan, she said, sliding a folder toward me. The last quarter's numbers were doctored. Vendors unpaid. Salaries delayed. Ryan's been funneling money to cover personal debts. I leaned forward. Debts? What kind? Gambling, she whispered. And bad investments. He thought he could flip real estate fast. Now, it's bleeding cash. A sharp thrill ran through me, but I kept my voice low. Does the board know? Not yet, but whispers are spreading. Mr. Vaughn has been openly questioning contracts. Anderson, too. It's only a matter of time, I smirked, though bitterness crept in. Karma works fast when arrogance runs the show. Karen's eyes softened. Careful, Ethan. Don't let hate eat you alive. I can see it in your face. I leaned back. Hate keeps me breathing, she shook her head. No, it's your fight for justice that keeps you breathing. Remember that. Before I could answer, my phone buzzed. A number I hadn't seen in weeks. I froze. Emily. I hesitated, then answered. What do you want? Her voice came smooth, almost trembling. Ethan, can we talk? I laughed coldly. Talk? You lost that privilege when you climbed into my brother's bed. Please, she said softly. It's not what you think anymore. Things with Ryan. They're complicated. I complicated? I cut in. You betrayed me, and stole everything I built. Spare me your act, her voice cracked. I made a mistake. I thought Ryan could give me more than you could. But he's reckless, unstable. He's destroying the company, Ethan. I shouldn't have left you. I felt my jaw tighten. You left because you wanted excitement. Because I was too safe. Your words, not mine. I didn't mean it like that, she rushed. I was scared. You were always so focused, so perfect. Ryan made me feel free. Free. My voice turned icy. You call it freedom when he's burning down everything we built? When he's gambling away shareholder trust? Silence stretched before she whispered, I miss you. Almost laughed. No, you miss stability. You miss my loyalty. You don't miss me, Ethan. I regret it. I swear, stop. My tone cut sharper than a blade. You chose him. You chose greed and betrayal. You don't get to crawl back now that the empire's cracking. Her voice hardened. So that's it? You won't even hear me out? I've heard enough. You're nothing but a memory I buried. Her breath hitched. You've changed. Yes, I said coldly. And for once, that's a good thing. I hung up, staring at my reflection in the dark window. My chest pounded, not from longing, but from release. She no longer had power over me. Minutes later, Daniel slipped into the seat beside me. That looked intense. It was Emily, I muttered. He frowned. What did she want? To rewrite history. Pretend she regrets it. Beg for sympathy. Daniel chuckled bitterly. Classic. She sees the ship sinking and wants back on yours. She won't get it, I said flatly. He leaned closer. Good, because the board is restless. Vaughn's been telling everyone Ryan's hiding numbers. And Anderson. He's one step from calling for an emergency meeting. Karen added, rumors about Emily's spending are spreading too. Private accounts, luxury shopping with company cards. Even loyalists are starting to doubt her. I felt a dark satisfaction crawl through me. They're cracking, slowly but surely. Daniel eyed me. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Wouldn't you? I asked. After what they did? He leaned back, arms crossed. Sure, but don't lose yourself in the enjoyment. This isn't about watching them burn, it's about reclaiming what's yours. We're struck deep. I knew he was right, but the image of Emily's trembling voice still echoed in my ears. Sophia joined us minutes later, setting her briefcase down. I just came from Anderson, she said. He's concerned. He wants proof before he moves, but his trust in Ryan is breaking. I asked, did you tell him we have evidence? Not yet, she replied. We're waiting until the board fractures further. The more cracks, the easier it will be to push. Karen whispered. They'll try to cover it up when they notice the walls caving in. Let them, Sophia said firmly. The harder they scramble, the guiltier they'll look. I exhaled slowly. I almost believed Emily when she called. For a moment, I thought I heard the woman I once loved. Sophia studied me. But I clenched my fists. But I realized she was playing another game. She never loved me, she loved what I provided. Now that Ryan's failing, she wants her safety net back. Sophia nodded. And what did you tell her? That she no longer has power over me. Daniel smirked. Good, that's the Ethan I want to see. Inside, I felt something shift. Not hatred, not rage. Something steadier resolve. They'll destroy each other, Sophia said quietly. You don't even need to push too hard. Just one nudge, and their house of cards collapses. I whispered to myself, then I'll be the one to give that final nudge. The three of them looked at me waiting. I smiled faintly. Let them choke on their lies. I'll be ready when the last mask falls. For the first time since the night of betrayal, I felt the faint glow of control pulsing back into my hands. Asterisk, I walked into the boardroom and felt every eye fall on me like a physical weight. Ethan, Mr. Anderson said, we didn't expect you here. I didn't expect to be excluded either, I replied, setting the folder on the table. But I had things to show. Ian's smile was sharp. This is a surprise. Come to watch us run the company, big brother? Hardly, I said. I'm here to finish what you started. I met his gaze. Hand me the remote. The projector clicked on. Numbers, transfers, email chains proof spilled across the screen. Gasps leaked around the table. Where did you get these? Emily demanded. You can't just present facts, I asked. Karen pulled memos. Mr. Vaughn traced vendor payments. Sophia traced offshore transfers. This is a trail. Daniel leaned forward. We also have timestamps showing Ryan approved payments the night Ethan was out of town. Anderson frowned, scrolling. If these are real, this is serious. They are real, Sophia said. We've authenticated the metadata. Transfers routed through shell companies linked to accounts Ryan controls. Ryan's color shifted. This is defamation. You're accusing us of lying? I snapped. I sat in my office while you conspired. You think I don't remember vendors who suddenly started overbilling? Emily's hands trembled. Ethan, you don't understand the pressure Ryan was under. I tried to help. Help. I laughed. You call stealing funds help? A board member, Ms. Clark, spoke. Ethan, we've always respected your leadership. These documents are alarming. Alarming isn't strong enough, Daniel said. They're criminal. Mr. Anderson pinched his nose. If true, we must appoint an independent auditor immediately. Ryan stood, face hard. You can't do this. I run day-to-day operations. Where is loyalty to leadership? Leadership doesn't mean stealing, Mr. Vaughn said. It means stewardship. Ryan shot back. You trusted Ethan. Now you want to throw me under the bus because he feels slighted. That accusation is ridiculous, Sophia said. This isn't about feelings. It's about evidence. Emily's face went pale. Ethan, please. Think about our families. Our families? I echoed. You used families as shields while you took everything. Daniel's fist tightened. You didn't think about anyone but yourself when you routed those payments, Ryan hissed. You manipulated contracts, Ethan. You're twisting this. No, I said. I'm unmasking it. Mr. Anderson looked around. We'll vote to suspend Ryan from executive functions, pending investigation. Several heads nodded. Ryan slammed his palm. You can't. I'm the CEO. Not anymore, Anderson said. You're suspended from executive duties until the audit is complete. Emily's eyes darted to Ryan, pleading. We were trying to save the company. Investors were panicking by stealing from it. Ms. Clark asked. That doesn't save anything. Ryan's voice rose. You think you can ruin me with allegations? You want to see me fall? I want the truth, I said. I want accountability. You ambushed us, Ryan snarled. This is a public humiliation. You chose to steal in boardroom daylight and hide behind contracts, Sophia replied. We brought the daylight. Emily's breath hitched. Ryan, tell them it was a mistake. He turned to her, desperate. Was it tell them? She looked away. Her hands found each other, fingers twisting. I thought it would fix things. I thought if we had control, we could stop investors from panicking. By embezzling? Mr. Vaughn asked. That's not control. That's criminality. A younger board member, Mr. Perez, spoke up. If these documents are verified, the fiduciary breach is enormous. We have a duty. The room hummed with tension. Phones buzzed. A secretary whispered that the press had caught wind. A reporter waited in the lobby. Ryan's jaw worked. You set me up. You hacked my accounts, Ethan. This is some revenge theater. Funny, I said. If I wanted revenge, I'd leak selective lies. I want truth. I want justice. That's what anyone with a conscience should want. Conscience. Ryan spat. You preach morality after decades of controlling everything. Controlling is different from stealing, I said. Controlling is protecting the company. Taking money is theft. Emily started to cry. Quiet, broken. Ethan, please. Save it, I said. My voice trembled despite myself. You had chances to stop it, and you didn't. Mr. Anderson closed his eyes for a heartbeat. We will not rush to judgment without due process. But the board will vote to appoint an independent auditor, and to suspend Ryan from executive duties pending results. Murmurings agreed. Someone called for security to monitor Ryan in case of escalation. Ryan's face twisted. You're going to ruin me. You think people will side with you? People will side with facts, Sophia said. Not with lies. Ryan's hand shot out. He lunged toward the table, knocking over a glass. You think you can humiliate me in front of these people? Two security guards stepped forward, calm but firm. Sir, please step back. Rattled Ryan back down, breathing hard. He glared at me as if I had personally stabbed him. You set me up, he whispered. You set yourself up, Daniel said. You thought you could silence questions with money. Emily's voice, small, reached me. Ethan, remember how we used to be? Before all this, I felt a coldness settle over me like a new skin. I remember, that's why this hurts more. Miss Clark rose. I move that we proceed with a full forensic audit and consider temporary management until we have findings. We must protect shareholder value. The motion passed with only a couple dissenting murmurs. Ryan's face lost color. Emily slumped as if a wind had knocked the air from her. He looked at me, eyes furious, raw. You think this is over? It begins, I said. The audit will decide. He reached for me again, voiced a threat. You will pay for this. Security kept him back. Sir, you're under suspension, one guard said. You'll receive written notice. I walked out feeling the weight lift and the wound deepen, aware that victory had a price I would have to learn to bear daily. Outside the boardroom, cameras recorded the aftermath. Reporters whispered. The lobby smelled of rain and the world moving fast. Daniel walked beside me. You okay? I don't know, I said. I feel hollow and strangely complete. My voice caught. We have them exposed, but it doesn't erase the betrayal. He nodded. You got justice. Justice isn't the same as healing, I corrected. They hurt me deeply. Healing will take time. Daniel's brow furrowed. Do you regret doing this? No, I said quickly. I needed the truth out. But regret threads through this like a scar. A car honked as we stepped into the night. Neon smeared across wet pavement. I breathed the cold air, tasting freedom and loss. What's next? Daniel asked. We wait for the audit, I said, and we prepare for any counterattack. He gave me a steady look. We'll be ready, I whispered into the night. This ends something, but it doesn't fix everything. The words were true and heavy. I thought of the empty rooms, the promises broken, the future I had imagined and lost. Victory tasted of iron and ash. We walked away from the building together. The boardroom doors closed, but something inside me had finally clicked shut on a chapter. The wound remained, but the balance had shifted. I carried the evidence like armor and the ache like a reminder that some things deserve confrontation, no matter how they bruise the soul. The sun filtered through my office windows, softer than I remembered. The boardroom battles were over, but echoes still clung to me. Daniel leaned on the desk. Ryan's arraignment is tomorrow. Fraud, embezzlement, breach of fiduciary duty. He's finished. I let the words settle. I thought hearing that would feel better. You don't feel vindicated? He asked. I feel relieved, maybe, but it's not joy. Revenge doesn't taste like victory. It just ends the hunger. Sophia walked in, carrying files. Emily left the city. No forwarding address. No statements. Just vanished. My chest tightened. She always ran when things got hard. I thought I could change that once. Sophia lowered her voice. You cared for her, but she chose her path. I cared too much, I admitted, and it blinded me. I kept searching for loyalty in the wrong places. Daniel gave me a sharp look. And yet here you are, standing, running your company again. Reclaiming the company doesn't erase what happened, I said. But it gives me a chance to rebuild. Not for revenge. For myself. Sophia sat across from me. You've changed, Ethan. When this began, you were driven only by pain. Now you sound free. I almost smiled. Free is new to me. For months, All I knew was betrayal's weight. Daniel crossed his arms. Do you regret fighting back? No, I said firmly. If I hadn't, Ryan and Emily would still be draining everything. The company, my life. Exposing them gave me closure. Closure isn't happiness, Sophia reminded. Exactly, I said. Happiness won't come from their downfall. It has to come from what I build next. For a moment, silence wrapped the room. The hum of the city below filled the space. Daniel finally broke it. So, what's next for you? I walked to the balcony doors, pushed them open, and felt the cold air hit my face. I don't know. But it won't be living in their shadow anymore. Sophia followed, standing beside me. You could travel, start new ventures, mentor others. Anything that isn't chained to old wounds, or where it's touched something raw. They broke me once, I said slowly, feeling the truth in my chest. But I rebuilt myself stronger. I stared out at the skyline, the city alive with endless movement. The scars were mine to carry, but they no longer defined me. For the first time in years, I breathed without bitterness. The future stretched wide, and I chose to step into it.